Interactive learning. Learning through active student participation. Interactive learning fosters engagement through games, quizzes, and group work. Interactive learning engages students actively, through discussion and collaboration. Interactive learning enhances understanding, by involving students in real-time tasks. Absorb information. Take in and understand knowledge. Good note-taking helps learners absorb information more accurately and efficiently. Frequent breaks during study sessions improve students' ability to absorb information. Hands-on activities enable children to absorb information through real-life experiences. Foster creativity. Encourage original and imaginative thinking. Arts education helps foster creativity and emotional expression in young learners. A flexible curriculum can effectively foster creativity and innovation in classrooms. Schools should foster creativity through open-ended projects and exploratory tasks. Self-directed learning. Learning driven by students' own initiative. Self-directed learning encourages students to take responsibility for their education. Self-directed learning prepares students for independent problem-solving in real life. Self-directed learning promotes lifelong skills crucial for adapting to changing careers. Promote critical thinking. Encourage students to analyze and evaluate. Debate activities can promote critical thinking and logical reasoning among learners. Promote critical thinking by encouraging students to question assumptions regularly. Essay writing helps promote critical thinking by encouraging structured argumentation. Experiential learning. Learning through hands-on experiences. Experiential learning encourages creativity by immersing learners in real-life contexts. Many institutions integrate experiential learning into science and engineering curricula. Students benefit greatly from experiential learning during vocational training programs. Implement strategies. Apply planned methods to improve learning. Successful educators regularly implement strategies to foster academic excellence. Schools implement strategies to integrate technology into modern teaching methods. To reduce dropout rates, schools must implement strategies targeting at-risk students. Collaborative learning. Learning in groups through shared tasks. Online platforms are ideal for promoting collaborative learning in remote settings. Teachers promote collaborative learning to foster social interaction and cooperation. Collaborative learning improves interpersonal skills alongside academic development. Evaluate performance. Assess student skills or academic progress. Evaluating performance helps educators tailor lessons to students' individual needs. Schools evaluate performance through both formative and summative assessments. Portfolios allow educators to evaluate performance over an extended learning period. Distance learning. Education delivered remotely via technology. Distance learning provides flexibility for students with work or family responsibilities. Many universities now offer distance learning options alongside traditional programs. Distance learning bridges educational gaps for students living in remote or rural areas. Reinforce concepts. Strengthen understanding through repetition. Hands-on projects reinforce concepts by connecting theory to practical application. Regular practice through homework helps reinforce concepts introduced in lectures. Group discussions reinforce concepts by encouraging students to explain ideas aloud. Blended learning. Combine online and face-to-face instruction. Blended learning combines online digital media with traditional classroom teaching. Successful blended learning requires reliable internet and interactive course materials. Blended learning enhances accessibility for students with diverse learning preferences. Engage in discussions. Participate actively in academic conversations. Seminars require students to actively engage in discussions and present arguments. Professors often engage in discussions to clarify theoretical concepts in greater depth. Learners must confidently engage in discussions to enhance their critical thinking skills. Learning curve. Rate of progress in mastering skills. The learning curve varies depending on students' prior knowledge and motivation. Teachers monitor students' learning curves to provide timely support and feedback. Some educational apps reduce the learning curve by offering user-friendly interfaces. Strengthen memory. Improve retention of academic information. Flashcards are effective tools that strengthen memory through spaced repetition. Regular review sessions can significantly strengthen memory retention in students. Explaining topics to peers can strengthen memory through active recall techniques. Set objectives. Define specific learning goals and outcomes. Educators emphasize the importance of learning to set objectives early in education. Study plans work best when students set objectives that are specific and achievable. Setting clear objectives helps students measure academic progress and productivity. Academic integrity. Honesty and ethics in academic work. Digital tools are used to detect breaches of academic integrity, such as plagiarism. Academic integrity requires students to avoid plagiarism and cite sources properly. Plagiarism policies ensure students understand the importance of academic integrity. Seek clarification. Ask questions to ensure better understanding. Online platforms allow students to seek clarification from tutors anytime they need. It's important to seek clarification to prevent misunderstandings in complex subjects. Students must feel comfortable enough to seek clarification during group discussions. Assessment criteria. Standards used to judge student performance. Teachers design assessment criteria that align with learning objectives and outcomes. Transparent assessment criteria reduce confusion and increase fairness in evaluations. Consistent application of assessment criteria ensures reliable and valid grading results. Foster independence. Encourage learners to study autonomously. Parents should foster independence by allowing children to manage their schedules. Inquiry-based learning methods help foster independence among high school students. Group projects should balance collaboration with opportunities to foster independence. Academic pressure. Stress from school-related expectations. Extracurricular activities provide relief from constant academic pressure and burnout. Balanced workloads can help reduce the intensity of academic pressure students face. Academic pressure can negatively affect students' mental health and motivation levels. Curriculum design. Structuring educational content and activities. Technological advancements have influenced modern curriculum design strategies. Curriculum design should consider diverse learning styles and cultural backgrounds. Curriculum design should incorporate practical skills alongside theoretical knowledge. Address weaknesses. Identify and work on academic difficulties. Teachers use feedback to help students address weaknesses in academic writing. It's essential to address weaknesses to achieve academic progress and confidence. Extra tutorials allow learners to address weaknesses through individualized support. Align with standards. Match learning goals to benchmarks. Align with standards guarantees that students acquire essential knowledge and skills. Learning objectives should align with standards set by national education authorities. Curriculum content must align with standards to ensure accreditation and consistency. Formative assessment. Ongoing checks to guide student learning. The purpose of formative assessment is to guide improvement before final exams. Formative assessment encourages students to reflect on their own learning progress. Through formative assessment, learners identify strengths and areas for improvement. Incorporate examples. Use illustrations to clarify academic concepts. Incorporate examples in presentations to make ideas clearer and more memorable. Writing skills develop when learners incorporate examples that back their viewpoints. To teach effectively, instructors incorporate examples that connect theory to practice. Acquire proficiency. Gain competence in academic skills. Intensive writing courses help students acquire proficiency in academic composition. Acquire proficiency in speaking by engaging in conversations and language drills daily. To acquire proficiency, learners should engage with authentic listening materials daily. Cognitive development. Growth in thinking and understanding skills. Cognitive development enables students to understand abstract concepts more easily. Early childhood experiences greatly influence a child's cognitive development process. Teachers should encourage activities that promote cognitive development in students. Adopt new approaches. Embrace innovative methods in teaching. Schools that adopt new approaches often see improvements in student motivation. To improve results, schools should adopt new approaches tailored to student needs. Adopting new approaches helps educators keep pace with rapidly changing curricula. Knowledge retention. Ability to remember learned information. Repetition and practice are crucial for long-term knowledge retention in students. Visual aids help improve knowledge retention by making lessons more memorable. Frequent quizzes and reviews support better knowledge retention among learners. Use body language. Employ gestures to support communication. Students who use body language express themselves more confidently in oral exams. Good educators use body language to create a more dynamic classroom environment. Academic discipline. Field of study or subject area. Academic discipline fosters intellectual rigor and systematic study habits in learners. Students should explore multiple academic disciplines to discover their true interests. Parents and teachers together foster academic discipline in children from early stages. Facilitate group work. Guide collaborative tasks among students. Digital platforms can facilitate group work among remote or international students. Teachers should facilitate group work to develop students' social and cognitive skills. Facilitating group work requires managing conflicts and ensuring equal participation. Skill acquisition. Process of developing new capabilities. Early childhood education focuses on skill acquisition through play and exploration. Language skill acquisition improves with consistent exposure to authentic materials. Apprenticeships provide hands-on environments crucial for skill acquisition in trades. Peer review. Student feedback on classmates' work. Teachers guide students on how to conduct effective and respectful peer reviews. Peer review encourages students to critically analyze their classmates' written work. Training students to give useful peer review improves learning outcomes significantly. Promote digital literacy. Teach responsible and effective tech use. Parents and schools collaborate to promote digital literacy among young learners. Promoting digital literacy is essential for success in today's technology-driven world. Promoting digital literacy empowers students to use technology wisely and ethically. Obtain certifications. Earn formal proof of learned skills. Obtaining certifications can motivate students to achieve academic and career goals. Many universities offer pathways to obtain certifications alongside degree programs. Schools encourage students to obtain certifications that enhance their job prospects. Intellectual growth. Expansion of thinking and reasoning abilities. Educational podcasts stimulate intellectual growth during informal learning sessions. Exposure to diverse ideas contributes significantly to intellectual growth in universities. Intellectual growth results from curiosity, persistence, and guided learning experiences. Classroom interaction. Communication between students and teacher. Technology can facilitate dynamic classroom interaction through online discussions. Classroom interaction varies based on teaching style and student participation levels. Conduct inspections. Evaluate facilities or teaching effectiveness. They conduct inspections to confirm regulatory compliance and academic integrity. Government agencies conduct inspections to monitor school hygiene and sanitation. Develop resilience. Build persistence in learning challenges. Teachers encourage students to develop resilience by promoting a growth mindset. Developing resilience helps learners adapt to stressful situations and perform better. Resilience development is critical in preparing students for future personal hardships. Pursue hobbies. Engage in interests outside academics. Parents should support children who pursue hobbies outside regular school hours. Pursuing hobbies enhances creativity and supports emotional well-being in students. Extracurricular clubs provide opportunities for students to pursue hobbies with peers. Educational standards. Expected levels of academic achievement. Educational standards ensure consistent learning outcomes across various schools. Strict educational standards can challenge schools, but raise overall teaching quality. Educational standards impact textbook content and teaching methodologies directly. Build self-confidence. Strengthen belief in personal abilities. Parents can build self-confidence by encouraging children's efforts, not just results. Schools must build self-confidence by recognizing individual student achievements. Constructive feedback is vital to build self-confidence without discouraging students. Handle peer pressure. Manage influence from fellow students. Peer mentoring programs can support students in learning to handle peer pressure. Students must learn to handle peer pressure during group academic tasks effectively. Many teenagers struggle to handle peer pressure without proper emotional guidance. Cultivate discipline. Develop consistent focus and self-control. Success in higher education requires students to cultivate discipline and resilience. Teachers cultivate discipline by setting clear rules and expectations in the classroom. Cultivating discipline supports students in resisting distractions during study sessions. Stimulate curiosity. Encourage questions and exploration. Museums and exhibitions effectively stimulate curiosity about history and culture. Teachers stimulate curiosity through thought-provoking questions and discussions. Stimulate curiosity in classrooms to encourage creativity and deeper understanding. Cognitive skills. Abilities related to thinking and learning. Regular practice enhances cognitive skills necessary for higher-level thinking tasks. Reading comprehension exercises improve critical cognitive skills in young learners. Cognitive skills development supports problem-solving and decision-making abilities. Curriculum alignment. Matching content with learning standards. Curriculum alignment is vital for maintaining academic consistency across schools. Effective curriculum alignment supports long-term educational goals and standards. Standardized testing often drives curriculum alignment decisions in public education. Implement e-learning. Use digital tools for education delivery. Challenges arise when schools implement e-learning without sufficient resources. Implementing e-learning encourages the use of multimedia for better engagement. Schools that implement e-learning benefit from interactive multimedia teaching tools. Adapt to challenges. Adjust to difficulties in learning. Students must adapt to challenges when transitioning from offline to online learning. Adapting to challenges prepares students for future workplace difficulties efficiently. Students who adapt to challenges often achieve higher academic performance levels. Explain theories. Clarify abstract academic ideas. Explaining theories effectively requires breaking down information into simple parts. Educators explain theories to link foundational knowledge with practical applications. Students learn better when teachers explain theories, with visual aids and illustrations. Academic counseling. Guidance on educational and career paths. Regular academic counseling sessions encourage students to reflect on their progress. Academic counseling promotes balanced course loads to manage academic workload. Schools offer academic counseling to address students' learning difficulties and goals. Curriculum innovation. Introducing new ideas in education. Teachers require training to implement curriculum innovation effectively in schools. Curriculum innovation aims to integrate real-world skills with theoretical knowledge. Many universities prioritize curriculum innovation to boost student engagement levels. Academic excellence. High achievement in educational performance. Academic excellence results from dedication, discipline, and consistent study habits. Scholarships are awarded to students who maintain academic excellence standards. Parental support significantly contributes to students' pursuit of academic excellence. Classroom dynamics. Interactions and behavior patterns in class. Classroom dynamics differ greatly between small and large group learning settings. Diverse classroom dynamics require teachers to adapt their instructional strategies. Classroom dynamics can be disrupted by disruptive behavior or lack of engagement. Critical analysis. Evaluate ideas using logical reasoning. Critical analysis involves evaluating both strengths and weaknesses of an argument. Critical analysis skills are essential for solving complex academic and societal matters. University courses aim to enhance students' ability for critical analysis and reasoning. Expand horizons. Broaden understanding or experiences. Technology enables learners to expand horizons by accessing information instantly. Multicultural classrooms help students expand horizons through shared perspectives. Exposure to global matters can expand students' horizons and inspire civic engagement.